Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to explore a fundamental concept in electrical engineering and physics, the phase difference between alternating current, or AC, waveforms. Specifically, we'll break down what it means for one wave to be leading another, and what it means for it to be lagging. We will use the diagrams you see here to make everything crystal clear. By the end of this, you'll have a solid understanding of this important topic. Let's begin with the title at the top, Leading and Lagging Phase Difference. This tells us we'll be comparing two different scenarios. The concept of leading phase difference. Let's focus on the first section, labeled with a number 1. This section explains the concept of leading phase difference. First, look at the graph on the left. This is a waveform diagram. The horizontal line, or axis, represents the progression of time, or more accurately, the angle of the cycle, which we call omega t. The vertical axis represents the instantaneous value of a quantity, in this case, voltage. We have two waves drawn here, labeled V sub A and V sub B. Let's think of these as two different voltages in a circuit. Both are sine waves, which means they have a smooth, repetitive, oscillating shape. Let's look at the equations to the right of the graph. The first equation is for our reference wave, V sub A. It reads, V sub A equals V sub M times the sine of omega t. Let's break that down. V sub A is the voltage of wave A at any given instant. V sub M is the maximum voltage, or the peak value of the wave. You can see this on the graph, labeled as Vm, representing the highest point, or amplitude, of each wave. The sine of omega t part is what gives the wave its characteristic shape and position. We consider this our baseline wave, starting at 0, going up to its positive peak, back down through 0, to its negative peak, and then back to 0 to complete one cycle. Now, let's look at the second equation, for wave V sub B. It reads, V sub B equals V sub M times the sine of omega t plus phi. This equation is almost identical to the first one, with one crucial difference, the plus phi inside the parentheses. The symbol phi is a Greek letter, and it represents the phase angle, or phase difference. So what does plus phi mean? It means that the wave V sub B is shifted to the left on the time axis. In simpler terms, it means that wave V sub B starts its cycle earlier than wave A. Look closely at the graph. You can see that the wave V sub B crosses the 0 point and starts going positive before wave A does. It also reaches its peak value, V sub M, before wave A reaches its peak. Because V sub B is ahead in its cycle, we say that V sub B is leading V sub A. By how much is it leading? It's leading by the angle phi. On the graph, this is shown as the horizontal distance between the starting points of the two waves. This distance is labeled phase difference with the symbol phi. So, the text below the equation summarizes this perfectly, V sub B is leading V sub A by phi. Now, let's move to the diagram on the right of this section. This is called a phasor diagram. Drawing full sine waves can be complicated, so engineers use phasors as a shorthand to represent them. A phasor is simply an arrow, or a vector. The length of the arrow represents the maximum value of the wave, V sub M, and the angle of the arrow represents its phase. In our phasor diagram, we start by drawing the phasor for our reference wave, V sub A. Since it's our reference, we draw it pointing straight to the right, along the horizontal axis. This is considered the 0-degree angle position. Next, we need to draw the phasor for V sub B. We know that V sub B is leading V sub A by an angle of phi. In the world of phasors, the leading direction is always counterclockwise. So, we draw the V sub B phasor rotated counterclockwise from the V sub A phasor. The angle between these two phasors is exactly our phase difference, phi. The diagram helpfully includes arrows to show this. The arrow curving counterclockwise is labeled leading direction, and the arrow curving clockwise is labeled lagging direction. Since V sub B is counterclockwise from V sub A, it confirms that V sub B is leading. So, to recap the first concept, when a wave has a plus phi in its equation, it appears earlier on the time graph, and its phasor is rotated counterclockwise from the reference phasor. This is called a leading phase difference. The concept of lagging phase difference. Now, let's move down to the second section, labeled with a number 2. This section explains the concept of lagging phase difference. You'll see that it's the direct opposite of what we just learned. Again, let's start with the waveform diagram on the left. The axes are the same, time or angle on the horizontal, and voltage on the vertical. We have our two waves again, V sub A and V sub B. Let's look at the equations. The equation for our reference wave, V sub A, is exactly the same as before, V sub A equals V sub M times the sine of omega t. It's our baseline. Now, look at the equation for V sub B. It reads, V sub B equals V sub M times the sine of omega t minus phi. The key difference here is the minus phi. What does minus phi mean? It means that the wave V sub B is shifted to the right on the time axis. In other words, wave V sub B starts its cycle later than wave A. If you look at the graph, you can see this clearly. Wave A starts at 0 and goes up. A little while later, wave B starts at 0 and goes up. Wave A reaches its peak first, and then wave B reaches its peak. Because V sub B is behind in its cycle, we say that V sub B is lagging V sub A. By how much is it lagging? It's lagging by the angle phi. On the graph, this is again shown as the horizontal distance between the corresponding points of the two waves, labeled phase difference with the symbol phi. The text below the equations confirms this, V sub B lags V sub A by phi. Now, let's look at the corresponding phasor diagram on the right. Just like before, we start with our reference phasor, V sub A, pointing straight to the right at the 0 degree position. Now, where do we draw the phasor for V sub B? We know that V sub B is lagging V sub A by an angle of phi. As we learned from the first diagram, the lagging direction is clockwise. So, we draw the V sub B phasor rotated clockwise from the V sub A phasor. The angle between them is, once again, the phase angle, phi. The diagram again shows the leading direction as counterclockwise and the lagging direction as clockwise. Since V sub B is drawn in the clockwise direction from V sub A, it confirms that V sub B is lagging. So, to summarize the second concept, when a wave has a minus phi in its equation, it appears later on the time graph, and its phasor is rotated clockwise from the reference phasor. This is called a lagging phase difference. Final summary. Let's put it all together. Leading and lagging are relative terms that describe the timing relationship between two waves of the same frequency. If a wave is leading, it means it's ahead in its cycle. This is represented by a plus phi in its mathematical equation, a shift to the left on the time graph, and a counterclockwise rotation on a phasor diagram. If a wave is lagging, it means it's behind in its cycle. This is represented by a minus phi in its equation, a shift to the right on the time graph, and a clockwise rotation on a phasor diagram. It's also important to remember that this is all relative. In our first example, we said V sub B leads V sub A. That is the exact same thing as saying V sub A lags V sub B. In our second example, we said V sub B lags V sub A. This is the same as saying V sub A leads V sub B. It all depends on which wave you choose as your reference. Understanding this relationship between the mathematical equations, the waveform graphs, and the phasor diagrams is a crucial skill for analyzing AC circuits. I hope this detailed walkthrough has made the concepts of leading and lagging phase difference much clearer for you.